bit of a Markets to Look Ahead live stream tonight, but it's not going to be too long. We're running a little bit late. I do apologize. I was working late. But hopefully you are all enjoying this pretty unique view. We are on the 18th floor. Kevin Jones, thank you so much for your very kind $10 donation, by the way. But team, we are on the 18th floor of this beautiful, beautiful office building. Now, I want to start off the stream by pointing out some notable buildings. Obviously, this building we're looking at right now is 30 Rockefeller Center. You know, you can almost see the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree from here. If you look right here, you can see the reflection. Once again, Kevin Jones, thank you so much. But check this out. You could actually see all the way to the St. Patrick's Cathedral. So if you look right here, this is the very top. I'm not sure how good it comes out on the live stream, but that is St. Patrick's Cathedral nonetheless. Looking uptown, you could also see to the UBS building as well. So we're going to actually be walking uptown. Really quick, I'll point out the Bank of America Tower, which is right here. And then if you look all the way down to the ground floor, that's Fifth Avenue, where we are going to be headed down the elevator, checking it out. But tonight we're going to be walking the Upper East Side. I don't think we've done that in a long time. So I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. So allow me a minute and we will get started, my friends. Once again, Merry Christmas to all. Hopefully you had a great long weekend. We'll get started in just a minute. All right. Now you could also see the Salesforce Tower here too, all the way in the distance right there. I see Bagels and Walks, Western Mass Dave. Welcome everybody. Once again, I apologize for being late. We are about an hour late. Very uncharacteristic of us, but we're just gonna have to make do. I was doing my annual post-analysis, where I review pretty much all my activity that I've done in my professional life, as well as all trading activity. Took a long time. Almost done, though. Oh, you know what I just realized? We actually have a view of One Vanderbilt right here. This is a pretty nice office. We could pretty much see every single major building in New York, except the Empire State Building, because it is blocked behind this building right here. But I see Jay. Good to see you. Hey, David is here. This is Times Square is putting up the stages for the New Year's Eve tonight. You know what I noticed also, Dave? Hold on one second. Man, I've been sitting down way too long. Oh my God, I got to get up and walk. You know what I noticed also? They put up the 2023 sign, or I guess you could call them numerals, I guess. So maybe we'll check that out. They're actually officially up. Lizzie is here. What's up, Lizzie? Welcome. Oh, you know what I want to show you guys really quick? Apologize, but we got to do it. This building right here that you're looking at is the brand new JP Morgan Chase building, which should be completed hopefully in 2024. So that is going to be Jamie Dimon's new office tower. It looks pretty cool. It's kind of interesting to see all the different floors unfinished here. All right, let's head downstairs, but the internet's probably going to go out in the elevator. We're pretty high up. And if it does, we'll just restart the stream. So God bless all of you. Lena Sandoval, good to see you. William Brooklyn. Sparks Carnival, what's up? This is Tom. Times Square is a mess tonight. Oh, is it really? Maybe we'll stay away from that then. Maybe we'll stay away. All right, I will see you guys on the other side. DWG. Good to see you. Ron. All right. Whoa. Oh, yeah, it is cold out, team. Definitely is cold. Now, we're reporting live directly across the street from Saks Fifth Avenue. You could actually see the original Saks Fifth Avenue sign right here. Hope everybody's doing well. Dominic, good to see you. Says, yeah, we're back on. Yeah, so I was working out of a different WeWork office today. Actually, let me show you guys. This is a pretty unique one right here. Now, the WeWorks in this building is on the 18th and 19th floor. And boy, is there gorgeous views. I actually lost track of time. You know, we're supposed to start live streaming, obviously, at 8:30 p.m. Lost track of time. I was doing work, kind of got caught up. Apologize for that. But you know what, everybody? There's a ton of tourists out tonight. I kind of want to walk uptown to the Upper East Side. We haven't been there in a long time, so we'll see. Sparks Carnival, welcome. DM is here. Says, hello, Tom. Good evening, everybody. Hey, DM, welcome. Hey, Dominic, what's up? Good to see you, Dominic. Dominic says, Tom, how do you take calls in a shared space? It's a good point. And, you know, I think you really need to consider that, assuming that you're not going to purchase, or I should say rent, standalone office space there. Now, there is an alternative, and the alternative is that you could go in the little phone booths. And the phone booths are completely soundproof. And you can take your calls. But usually if you work on the weekends, like I tend to do as well, pretty much nobody in there. I had the entire place to myself. Now I wanted to show you guys the other side of the office, but internet's a little bit spotty, so maybe we'll hold up on that. Now notice the amount of tourists that are out tonight as opposed to Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. A lot more tourists. Sunshine after rain, good to see you. Maxwell. I think the thing is supposed to start right now. I know Western Mass Dave is like, it's kind of funny. Phone booths sound like Superman, yeah. Hey, John says, good evening, Tom. Merry Boxing Day to all. Thank you so much. Good to see you, John. Sunshine after rain, welcome. There's the Empire State Building right here. Hey, Dan Zhang. Yeah, late night stream tonight. Since we're here, we might as well watch the light show, and then we'll head up to the Upper East Side. Lena Sandoval, welcome. John, my Christmas was excellent. I hope the same for you. This is on the corner of 5th Avenue and East 49th Street. A ton of people out tonight. I'm actually surprised. Obviously today, Monday, Christmas observed. So stock market was closed, fixed income market was closed, pretty much everything, bank holiday. Melissa White, good to see you. Yeah, Austin City Limits, S&P E-minis and the NASDAQ 100 futures are up. You're right. All right, let's head to the Upper East Side. Tons of people out tonight, which is good. Now, as we know, markets were closed today in observance for Christmas Day. But tomorrow, it's back to reality. Pretty much everybody's going back to work. I'm expecting a very, very busy week. We're going to get a lot of housing data, too. We'll talk about that a little bit tonight. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a shot of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree from across the way here. This is a pretty cool shot with the horses and carriages here. Hey, FredX is here. What's up? Good to see you. Welcome, FredX. Now, hopefully we can make it all the way to the one and only Metropolitan Museum, or the Met. Hey, the Dark Horse is, hey, Tom, I love Astoria. Awesome. Sparks Carnival says, I think the trading volume will be very low given the holidays. I think tomorrow could be a good day, though. Yeah, I'm expecting the same thing. I think the trading volume is going to be very, very low as we finish out this holiday season. So we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Only 4 trading days left of the year. I think we may start to buffer here. This is usually a big buffer zone. But we're going to push up Fifth Avenue. And we are going to try to check out the Upper East Side. Hopefully there'll be a lot less people. This is St. Patrick's Cathedral. Hey, Twitch ASMR. What's up? Ryan Bex is definitely light volumes. Some positioning in the next week. JP Morgan needs to roll over. Sally, welcome. Touring different places. The wind is picking up a little bit. I think I was telling you guys last night I was watching a little bit of the midnight mass here at St. Patrick's. They do that on obviously Christmas Eve. Let me put up my hood, it's kind of cold out. Jay says you think oil's going over 80. Wow, okay. We'll see. I mean, oil's been having a really bad month, so maybe we can have a little bit of a rally. Now, if you look at crude futures, light crude futures, CL is the contract that I look at. Now, we're pretty harshly extended from the major moving averages, such as the 50-day and the 200-day, so you never know. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a rally. Let's see. But I don't know. I think a lot of this energy trade is a little bit too crowded. Now, in the hedge fund business, they have a term. It's called crowdedness. When there's too many market participants on one side of the trade. I mean, energy's been a good trade all year. I don't know if it's going to continue. We'll see. Now, you know what's wild, everybody? Hold on, let me give you I'll give you one shot looking southbound. Hey, Wendy England is here. Says, I think before the end of the first quarter, there might be a lot of retail closings. Says Wendy England. Hemp Lord, what's up? Good to see you. LL says, hey peeps, welcome. Sparks Carnival says, I read some crazy predictions on gold in 2023. You know, I did too. I was, very seldom do I actually go down the rabbit hole of Zero Hedge. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with that publication, but I was reading some crazy articles there too. Joseph Hardaway, welcome. Yeah, Joseph says trading volumes are usually low around the holiday season. You're right. Autumn B says, okay, Manhattan, New York City is definitely back since COVID. I enjoyed less crowds due to COVID, not gonna lie. You know, same here. I actually enjoyed skateboarding around the city in the middle of the street during the COVID pandemic. It was actually quite convenient. Now, I will say, some days it appears that Manhattan is fully back to normal, and then some days it looks like a ghost town. And I think that's a testament to the hybrid work environment, right? So I've noticed, and just in my opinion, I think Mondays Wednesdays and Thursdays tend to be the most busy, I should say, or the most crowded in the city. All the other days are pretty dead. I think that's because office workers may come in on a hybrid schedule. Hey, Bottomless Coffee, what's up? Good to see you. Sparks Carnival says, if there's always a bull market somewhere, is that going to be in emerging markets in 2023, China and India especially? Well, here's the interesting thing. The Indian stock market has actually been outperforming over the last 5 years. I think long term, I mean, can we really call India an emerging market? I think we still can. But if you just look at population growth alone, I think the population growth of India and the robustness of their middle class, or the build out of their middle class, is going to really spur GDP growth in the country. Now, that's a big concern. And, Sparks Carnival brings up a good point about emerging markets. Now, there obviously is a big risk there. And a strong US dollar tends to really wreak havoc. But here's the thing. This is sort of what I'll say. And as we're coming up on St. Thomas Church, I'll give you guys a look at it. Hey, Philadelphia Walks PTSD. This is Happy New Year. Good to see you, Philadelphia Walks. You know what I was looking at on Twitter today briefly? I could not believe how much snow Buffalo, New York got. I mean, it looks like a winter hellscape there, man. I don't know how these people do it, honestly. I give them a lot of credit for being able to live in those type of conditions. Have you guys been seeing some of the videos and some of the photos out of Buffalo, New York? Now, allegedly, also, due to the storm, there's been some news of looting. People have actually been looting and breaking into different shops and stores in Buffalo. It was really sort of dystopian looking, and it's horrible because I think there was about 15 people who unfortunately died in and around the Buffalo, New York area, which is horrible stuff. Yeah, Sparks Carnival is really sad, and Buffalo state employees in that area get off tomorrow with pay. Philadelphia Walks PTSD says, oh my God, yeah, I saw it in Buffalo. Crazy up there. Yeah, it looks like an ice age. Really crazy. Oh, Western Mass Dave says, Tom, actually 27 people unfortunately died. Yeah, people were stuck in their cars, all that stuff. It's horrible, man. I don't know. Now, originally I thought they got 1-2 feet of snow, which is still horrendous. I don't know how you deal with that. But apparently it was 4 to 5 feet of snow. Autumn B says, didn't you invest in realty in Buffalo? No. Twitch ASMR says, in the next 80 years or so, we will have 8 billion, give or take. All right, so we're walking uptown now. So going back on the topic of emerging markets, now here's a really, I would say, a bear thesis for the United States. And I think everybody realizes this and understands it, because in general, right, we're talking in generalizations here. As population growth grows, as more people are added to the economy, they're obviously going to get jobs, they're going to buy things, they're going to produce, they're going to stimulate the economy. But Americans have been statistically having less and less children, which is a big concern as it relates to population growth. So we're actually going to need much better immigration laws to attract the top talent to the United States if we want to continue to see robust GDP growth. I mean, you look at some of the other countries like Japan, who is suffering from population stagnation and declines. Just look at the Japanese economy. That is why you've been seeing, on a monetary basis, very stark contrast between the monetary policy of central banks all over the world and the central bank such as the Bank of Japan, which is essentially has to continue to ease in perpetuity. Hey, Denise, New York City says, hi, Tom. Good evening. Good evening to you as well, Denise. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hey, Mike C says, oh, good. I was afraid Tom was taking a day off. Yeah, Mike, I apologize. I was doing some work and I got sidetracked in the office. So yeah, we're about an hour late. Apologize. This is the St. Regis Hotel here on 5th Avenue. Touring different places. Welcome. I know FedEx's in Buffalo had 80-mile-an-hour winds. Insanity. Now, I don't know how they're going to dig out from that, because here's the thing. It's still going to be frigid, cold temperatures. So it's not like all this snow is just going to melt. It's going to stay there. This is the Peninsula Hotel. It's one of my favorite buildings. Edward Adams says, Tom, I'm not a fan of snow. Me either, man. But I'm a native New Yorker and I'm over it. Hate the winter, I know. Now, I was saying that yesterday, that, you know what's funny? This winter really started off with a bang. I mean, my God, talk about crazy cold temperatures. And I'm already over it. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I am totally over the winter already. And here's the funny thing. It didn't even start. Like, we're not even in the opening credits yet. This is like just, the pre-roll. Okay? And I've never seen it this cold this early in New York, ever in my life. I think it set a record. I believe, now I could be wrong, but I think this was the coldest Christmas Eve New York City's ever had. I think. It was either the coldest Christmas Eve or like the second coldest Christmas Eve. Hey, Julia M says, Tom, I'm totally over winter. Yeah, I mean, and we didn't even have any snow. I don't think we've had the first snowfall yet in New York. And I'm already over it. Hey, Ken is here. Says, Buffalo got slammed. And here in Toronto, just across the lake, we got hardly any snow, says Ken. What's up, Ken? Good to see you, man. All the way from Canada. Good evening to our neighbors from the north. Always a pleasure to see you guys. Dominic Romano says Maine also got a lot of flooding. Dominic, what's crazy? South shore of Long Island and parts of Queens also got a lot of flooding too, which it really, really sucks, because imagine all of that seawater flooding your entire house and then it's 10 degrees outside for a week. That's horrible. So I really feel for the people in Long Beach, New York. Now, I'll quickly show you guys. This is the entrance to the Trump Tower residences. So this is the main Trump Tower here on 5th Avenue, but this is where people go if you own an apartment or rent an apartment in the building. But in this building, you can also rent office space as well. And in the very top right-hand corner of your screen, you can see 432 Park Avenue, which is a building on Billionaires Row. Just wanted to show you guys that. But tonight we're going to be walking all the way uptown on the Upper East Side. We haven't been to the Upper East Side in a long time, so I think it'll be fun. Hey, Karina Thompson is here. What's up, Karina? Welcome. But yeah, I mean, so a lot of people in like the Rockaways, Oceanside, people who live on the canals, unfortunately experienced a lot of flooding. And, for those of us who were around during Hurricane Sandy, I mean, talk about a nightmare. It's not necessarily the weather that's the bad thing. It's the storm surge that's really, really horrible.
Guys.
All right, so we have a big trek uptown. Trump Tower open to the public 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. DM says, Tom, New York was warm for longer than usual. Yeah, I mean, DM, I've noticed and I think I've told this story before, but I use my birthday as a gauge, I guess you could say. And when I was growing up, it was always like 80 degrees on my birthday, always. And now it's almost cold. Well, not cold, but like in the 50s, 60s, right around May 25th. So I think the seasons are definitely changing or shifting, whatever you want to call it. But you're right. I've noticed there's a lot more horses and carriages out tonight. Have you guys noticed that? Hey, Millie Vanilli says most of my neighbors got new Teslas for Christmas. Really? Love that, man. Millie Vanilli, good to see you. Autumn B says there was a lot of flooding in 5 towns, Woodmere, this weekend. Or was there? I'm not too sure. But 5 towns is close-ish to that. Close-ish. Vinny Castellano, welcome. Good to see you. East 57th Street. This is the main Billionaires Row. Looks like they're doing some work here on the Louis Vuitton building. Kevin Jones is here in Northern California. Had some coastal flooding and earthquakes. Wow. Hey, Dr. Longus is here. What's up? 2 Explorers videos says Buffalo Airport has 92.7 inches of snowfall. Holy crap. I mean, you must really, really need to love snow. Now, not to stay on the topic too long, but if you guys go on Twitter, I mean, some of the videos of this snowstorm in Buffalo is almost kind of unbelievable, actually. Seriously, there was this one where this lady goes to open her front door, right? And the snowdrift is completely, like, she just opens her door to just snow. It's like a wall of snow. So it's, I mean, I don't know. Supposedly there's no emergency service that's going to be able to reach you. God forbid you have an emergency. It's a really horrible disaster what's going on there. Hey, Aaron is here, says Florida's at full capacity. Yeah, I wonder if we'll notice. Okay, do you guys think that you will notice a material population decline in Buffalo and upstate New York after this horrible start to the winter? Or do you think it's just a non-issue and it's just all anecdotal? Yeah, Mark Simpson says the looting in Buffalo is crazy as well. I saw that. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Autumn B says, Tom, I wanted to purchase an investment property in Buffalo at one time. Not anymore. Beautiful homes for a good price, but a headache is for the reason it's why it's so cheap. Yeah, I mean, it's just dealing with the snow is what gets it, man. And I don't know, maybe some of you are listening to this and you're like, look, snow's no big deal. I'm just not a big snow type of guy. I just don't know how I could deal with all that stuff. Back says we are moving to southern Florida during the pandemic and now due to extreme cold weather. Wow. Did they close the Apple store today? Oh, maybe because it's Monday. It's Christmas Day observed here. Let's see what it says. It says the entrance is temporarily closed. Oh, it's just temporarily closed. Now we're standing across the street from the Plaza Hotel, Central Park South. Got the FDNY here. Now, obviously today, the equity and fixed income markets were closed. But tomorrow we are back in action, my friends, and we are also going to be getting some very notable housing data. East 59th Street, 5th Avenue. We're actually going to be heading up to East 85th Street. I think it'll be cool to see the Upper East Side. Now, we're going to hear from S&P CoreLogic as they release their Case-Shiller National Home Price Index for October. Consensus estimate is for an 8.2% year-over-year increase, following a 10.6% gain in September. So what do we notice here? We've been talking about this almost to the point of ad nauseum. But what do we notice? Well, yes, it's true that home prices continue to go up on a per annum basis year over year, but notice the deceleration. Okay, September's numbers were 10% price appreciation. Consensus estimate is for about 8.2%. So what does that mean for the month-over-month trend? Right? The month-over-month trend is extremely, I should say, weak. Vast deceleration. We're actually seeing some negative readings in some of these markets. Good news if you're looking to purchase a single-family home in maybe the next 1 or 2 years. I think prices are going to normalize, let's say. I think conditions are going to turn from a seller's market to more of a buyer's market. And I think interest rates are really helping to achieve that goal. Hey, Will M., good to see you. I see Autumn B., Fred X, touring different places. To explore videos, Tom Lake effect snow can be spotty. One area gets multiple feet, 10 miles away gets only inches. Ryan Beck's housing sales have picked up over the last week, new home sales for that matter. Now, speaking about, what's it called? Oh, this is the Sherry Netherland. This place is absolutely gorgeous, guys. So for all of those watching the live stream who doesn't know what this place is, you really got to Google it. It is so beautiful on the inside. Now, it almost reminds me on the inside of sort of like a New York Public Library, Stephen Schwarzman building style mixed with, let's say, a Morgan Library, something like that. Very unique architecture, really beautiful on the inside of the building as well. John says, I was reading in a Wall Street Journal that interest rates for housing will end up around 5.25% in 2023. Interesting. Okay, so was that an opinion piece, I'm assuming? So you think that 30-year fixed rate mortgages are going to end 2023 around 5.25%? So you think rates are going to go down? I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, we'll see. Now take a look at this beautiful shot of Billionaires Row. Obviously, the two towers that you see in the distance, that's Deutsche Bank Towers. That is the German investment bank. And we were actually down on Wall Street where we saw their old office building. Then you see 220 Central Park South with the gold top. Then you have the tallest building, which is Central Park Tower right here. The triplex at the top. It actually looks like somebody's in the triplex right now. Maybe they're having an event or something. It is on the market for, it's a pretty affordable price. I think if we all chip in, we could manage to buy it. Only $250 million. And right here is the Steinway building, which is also expensive on Billionaires Row. But look, I think if we have, Ryan Beck, me, Western Mass Dave, chip in a couple bucks, I think we could probably, at least pay the property taxes for you guys. All right, we're going to walk up 2 more blocks here. For some context, this is the entrance of Central Park. So Central Park goes from 59th Street all the way up onto 110 Cathedral Parkway, and then it goes across. Hey, Nina says you're in. Awesome. Sophie M says, hey, Tom. It's very hot here, 40 degrees. Wow. City looks amazing. Thanks so much for being here. Now, I would describe the Upper East Side as very gaudy, I would say. very high class, upscale, a lot of old money that has been passed down through generations. A lot of wealth on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Hey, Wendy England, thank you so much for your 20 Canadian donations. It's Merry Christmas, Tom. All the best for 2023. Thank you so much, Wendy England. You're very, very kind. I appreciate all of the support, and hopefully you stick around for more streams in 2023. Pineapple Waters is $250 million. Sounds like so much more than 250 million. I know, doesn't it? It's a little bit of a play on words there. Kind of funny. Now, the Serhant Group is tasked with selling the deal, so best of luck to them. And Wendy England, once again, thank you so much for your kindness. Dominic's housing sales are strong in Maine. We still have a problem with inventory, 60% down from 2019. Yeah, I mean, I was just about to say Disney. I don't know why. I think it's too cold out. My brain is conking out. I don't know why I said Disney. Maybe I was thinking about Disney cast member because she's up there in upstate New York. Oh my God, look at this dog. Beautiful. I think it's a yellow lab. These are my favorite dogs right here. My God. Awesome dog. Beautiful, beautiful dog. All right, let's actually make a right. Because there's going to be some obstacles we need to avoid on that street. But yeah, you're right, inventory is low. And we know this because we heard from the National Association of Realtors last week as they reported their existing home sales for the month. And I believe there's about 3.5 months of supply on the market. Wow, this is really beautiful here. You have crown moldings outside and these beautiful chandeliers. Looks really nice. I'm actually getting distracted by it. Anyway, but to your point, you're right. In the existing home market, right, not new homes, but existing homes, there's about 3.5 months of supply on the market. Now, many economists and the National Association of Realtors would argue that in order to find a balance between buyers and sellers in normal times, you need about 6 months of supply on the market. So supply is not really picking up as much as we'd like, but that doesn't mean it can't pick up. Now, if we had to guess, hey, oh my God, I think I see my pal JC Trade. What's up? Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Thank you for being here. Now, if we had to guess in the chat, because look, I don't know. I really don't know. What do we think, assuming that inventory is going to pick up on the market, what do we think is going to be that catalyst? Do you think that interest rates are just going to be the catalyst in and of itself? Or do we think there's going to be some sort of black swan event that's going to cause a lot of supply to come on the market? Ooh, I hope everybody's okay here. So this is the corner of Madison Avenue, East 61st Street. It looks like the FDNY is trying to get somebody off the roof. Can you guys see that? Maybe the stream is a little bit too dim, but the FDNY has the ladders going up to the roof. Hopefully everybody's all right. Hey, Gary Carpenter's here. What's up? Ryan Beck says, you think mass layoffs are going to be the catalyst? You know, I mean, you could be right because, I mean, let's walk through this. Let's talk through it a little bit. But first, I just quickly want to point out, you could see the top of the One Vanderbilt all the way down Madison. I think it's a pretty nice view. Now, here's the thing. When we want to talk about default risk, right, of people defaulting on their mortgages, which then would put it in foreclosure, and then you would have a wave of inventory flooding the market. We're not really seeing that right now, to Ryan Beck's point, because people are employed. Look at the unemployment rate in America right now. It's 3.7%. So if people are employed, if people have jobs, awesome view of 432 Park Avenue. But if people are employed and people have jobs, the default risk is relatively low. So the Federal Reserve wants unemployment rate to go up to about 5%. That's their target. Now, Fed President John Williams has said this repeatedly. He said that they want the unemployment rate in the United States to go to 5%. Now, is 5% unemployment enough to force people to default on their mortgages? I don't know the answer, but it's a good thesis, I guess. Looks like the FDNY has completed their job. Maybe it was just a cat on the roof or something, a cat caught in a tree. Tom Jesus is Enron. Well, we already had an Enron. We had FTX. Angel IP says, I think we bottom at some point in 2023. Zabatata says, I think mass layoffs is more of an IT/white collar thing, not much of a problem for the rest of the economy. You know what? Let's walk a couple blocks up Madison. I want you guys to see the... Now, we never come on the Upper East Side, so I want you guys to notice the difference in the architecture, the style of the build between the buildings on the Upper East Side, and contrast that to Midtown, right? Notice the difference. It's almost like, in a way, you're sort of morphing into a different world, right? We were in Midtown, where you have all of these crazy Billionaires Row skyscrapers covered in glass. But as we push further north on the Upper East Side, you're going to notice a very, very stark contrast. And I think you guys will enjoy it too. Tom G says their number is a sham. It's a sham. They don't count. Yeah, so we know that, Tom G. And Tom G actually, makes a good point. He's very emotional about the point, but he makes a good point nonetheless. He really does. And we've been talking about this. Now, a better metric to sort of look for, as opposed to looking at the unemployment rate, is the labor force participation rate. I think that has a better representation of the health of the labor market, in my view. Check out the terraces on the roofs of the building. Really, really beautiful. Bagels and Walks, what's up? Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Good to see you. Teresa Diaz is here. Hey, Teresa. Let's take a look at some of the windows here on the Upper East Side. You'll notice it's very ritzy, a lot of upscale stuff. Yeah, Dominic Romano says, yeah, I believe we have 7 million not participating. You're right. We'll give you a shot of across the street. Hey, Tug Carter is here. Good to see you, Tug Carter. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Okay, let's continue uptown. Now, I'm seeing a lot of comments about, quote unquote black swan events, right? But I would even argue we've had one, but for some reason the market is so resilient. If the market doesn't fall apart on an FTX debacle that's worse than Enron, I would consider that pretty resilient. Now, it's not to say it won't fall apart, but we'll see. Love this white building right here. It really pops and stands out from all the other buildings in the block. Really, really nice. Hey Connor, this is Tom. How was your Christmas yesterday? It was really good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I had a really good time with the family, just hanging out. What about you? Oh, this is the Hermes store. Now, speaking of luxuries, right? Now that we're on the Upper East Side, I believe Elon Musk is no longer the richest man on earth. I believe who took Elon's place is the gentleman who owns LVMH, Moet Hennessy. And we were actually doing a dedicated live stream talking about the stock because it's been performing so well. Even though we are in a little bit of an economic decline, some would even classify it as a recession, luxury goods are doing very, very good. We actually did a deep dive into LVMH and their earnings report. Check out how beautiful the inside of this place looks. Wow. I never come up here, so this is actually, I'm enjoying this walk. Very, very seldom do I ever get to the Upper East Side. Sparks Carnival, that's actually a really good constructed thesis. Now, Sparks Carnival said, could Workday, the cloud-based human resource management software, turn around in 2023? It took a beating in 2002, as many tech stocks did, and it's not profitable yet. Now, Workday, you're correct. They sell HR, human resource software. The ticker symbol is WDAY. Now, I guess one thing you could say is if we're going to go into an economic contraction or go into a recession, a lot of companies are going to stop hiring. They're not going to be hiring employees, in which case they won't be onboarding employees, in which case they won't be purchasing additional licenses and things like that of Workday, their software. So maybe some HR jobs could be impacted, things like that. Potentially an interesting thesis there. I actually have a friend who's an account executive at Workday. Now, when we talk about, look at this. Look at the building right in front of us, everybody. So this is East 64th Street. This building is really unique because it's almost as if it is remodeled on the bottom to look a little bit modern. But on the top, it has all the original, I guess you could call that moldings. Really, really nice. Hey, caller in chat, thank you so much for the $20 donation. This is Hermes. My heart rate just jumped. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for the very kind donation. Thank you for supporting the channel this year. And Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. Wow, everybody look at this. What is that all the way down there with the lit up in green? Now, I was gonna say this out loud, but I'm gonna spare you guys because I'm gonna butcher the name. As you know, I'm horrible with all the luxury stuff. I'm not really a luxury type guy. I'm not really into it. But I could tell this is probably a really upscale boutique. Everything looks really clean and really cool. Whoa, guys, look at this. I think this is gonna be the best shot you're gonna see all night. Check this out. Talk about an amazing, so this is the exact contrast we were talking about, right? You have ultra modern, ultra luxury, crazy, over the top, new style architecture with 432. And then since we're so far uptown on the Upper East Side, it's almost like you're looking in different worlds. It's really kind of cool. It's an interesting shot there. Somebody says a bag is $100,000. Holy crap. Yeah, this definitely may be a little bit out of my price range, I guess. But luxury retailers are doing good. I mean, LVMH Moet Hennessy, I think, is still trading near a 52-week high. Wow, look at this place. Now, I think these are single units too, so you may have one family on one side, another family on the other. Very, very expensive to live here, everybody. Look at how fantastic these homes look here. Hey, Al Baker, what's up? Good to see you, Al. These as well. I kind of like looking at the big cast iron doors. You can tell they're very, very heavy doors. Yeah, Dan Zhang. Well, here's what I'll say. The person who's probably going to buy... Yeah, maybe I shouldn't say it. But yeah, I think it's going to be crazy to see who buys the $250 million apartment. Wow, I think this is my favorite one on the block. What do you guys think? This is 16 East 64th Street, I believe. Hey, Kevin says, hey, Tom, do you trade/invest using Investors Business Daily tools? And is your post-analysis reviewing trades based on a version of their strategy? Thanks for the stroll in New York and enjoy. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, so I manage a long-short portfolio mainly based upon William J. O'Neill's principles of Can Slim. And when you talk about post-analysis, every year, and I extend this even further than just going over all my trades, right? And I still do that. And I think that's mainly what I focus on. But even in my career, right? What deals did I lose? Okay, why did I lose that deal? Why did I close this deal? What was the different characteristics that stood out between a deal I closed and a deal I lost? And when you go through that post-analysis and you really take a lot of time to do it, you learn a ton of stuff. So to answer your question, yes, I would consider myself an O'Neill disciple. Some of my favorite investors is, it's the style that resonates well with me right now. I love Seth Klarman, margin of safety, right? Tends to be, you can consider him like a Warren Buffett value investing style, which is fantastic. But I think what really resonates well with me is the Can Slim style methodology, especially over the last 4 to 5 years. And I'll sort of tell you why. Oh, look at this. This is a really nice shot at Billionaires Row again. Wow. Now, investing. Oh, Herbert, thank you so much for the $2 donation. This is Tom. Tell Robert De Niro I said hello. Oh, does he live up here? I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought Robert De Niro lived in Long Island. But I will, if I see him, I'll tell him you said hello. Thank you so much for the donation. Now, if anybody's ever read Peter Lynch's book, One Up on Wall Street, he always talks about having an edge, right? Always talks about what is your edge. And I think for me, right, I'm not going to compete investing in biotechnology stocks and big pharmaceutical companies, right? I don't have a background in that. I don't know. I'm not an engineer, and I would say I'm a little bit derelict in that subject, right? And I think that'd be appropriate to say. However, where I do have an edge is software, particularly, and I would say software, tech, and telecom is my strong suit, mainly because I've spent my entire career selling telecom and software, right? And the latter part of my career, I've spent selling into large enterprise customers, Fortune 500, Fortune 50. So I talk to the board of directors, I talk to C-level executives at these very large companies, and I know the softwares that they're looking into. I know why they choose, let's say, a Palo Alto Networks over another cybersecurity company, over a Fortinet, right? I know that because these are the type of solutions that I sell. So that is where I feel I have an edge. Now, some of you may have an edge in, maybe you work in healthcare. Maybe you work in, maybe you work in a trades. Maybe you work at like an electrical contracting firm and you know all the intricacies of that, right? I don't. So I try to stick with what I know, and I think that's why this year has been exceptionally rough for me, because I haven't placed many trades this year in 2022, because a lot of the growth stocks, a lot of the software companies that I know have been getting bombed. And if you're familiar with Can Slim, you follow the overall general trend of the market, and if these stocks are below their 50 and 200-day moving averages, I'm out. So it's a good question. That's why I think I fumbled, and maybe I'll share some of the post analysis, because as you know, I was a little bit late to that oil trend. I kind of got suckered into it. Even though I was preaching on the stream, I'm like, I think it's a little bit long in the tooth. And I don't know, I don't know oil and gas. I'm not a good commodities trader. So, did I make fractional gains in that trade? Yeah, but it was a waste of my mental capital. Total waste. Wow, Aaron says Neuralink is launching in about 6 months. Now, who here in the chat would honestly entertain the thought of getting one of those Neuralink chips? Now, really quick, if you take this, I guess sort of what you call it a highway, it'll take you all the way to the upper west side, cut across from the upper east side, East 66th Street here. Karen Oakley says nope. Bagels and Walks says no. Tom G says maybe in 3 years. At first, I think I said at first I would get one of those chips. But then, we had a stream where we were talking about it, and a lot of you guys are making some good points. And I've sort of changed my mind. I've actually sort of changed my mind on that. At first, I was like, yeah, of course I'd get the Neuralink chip. But after sort of talking through it with you guys, wow, look at this building. Now, this is a definite 10 out of 10 on those very eye-popping wooden doors. I mean, that is fantastic. You very, very rarely see anything like that anymore. Now, I think that I don't want to be the first guinea pig. Maybe in 3 to 5 years when they work things out, I think it could be good. But then you also have to worry about nefarious actors, programming the way you can think. Now, I think over the long period of time, I'd be open to it, but maybe just not the first guinea pig. But I would even argue, and I think I've said this before on the stream. Wow, look at this, guys. This is really stunning. I'm not sure. I can almost guarantee the stream doesn't do it justice, but this is a really, really stunning property here. Wow. The Lotus Club. I never even knew it was here. Beautiful. I know the doors are huge. I think I like the older style architecture better. Things seem more robust, for lack of a better term. A lot of the new stuff is, cheap, it's flimsy, but back in the day, they really built things the appropriate way. Now, I would even argue that we already have supercomputers, and I would even argue that humans are, in a way, humanoid robots already, if you really think about it, right? Because think about when my parents were in high school and they wanted to know some bizarre fact, like, who is the, president of Zimbabwe, right? It would probably take them hours for them to get you that answer. But now all you do is say, hey, I won't say the word because my phone's going to go off. But you just talk to your iPhone and you say, hey, Google. And you just ask the question and you instantaneously get a response. So I don't think a lot of people think about it that way. So we are already supercomputers. We can have every single answer to any of the most bizarre questions in the matter of milliseconds, right? So that is a supercomputer in and of itself, but iPhones and, other computers are just an extension of that, right? But I think the next step as we evolve as humans is we cut down that barrier from actually having to ask the question to our phone, ask the question to our tablet, or type it in on Google. We'll just be able to think about it and we'll know it automatically because we'll have the chip inside of our brain. Who knows? Richard, good to see you. All right, I'll show you guys some more of the shops here. But if you guys are enjoying tonight's live stream of the Upper East Side, feel free to leave a like on the video and tap the subscribe button if you're new. We do these live streams about 5 days per week between New York City and Miami at 8 p.m. Looks like they're closing up shop over there. Mike MTL. Hey, Abdullah's here. What's up, Abdullah? Here's another beautiful building here on East 67th Street. Outside of the Michael Kors store. Very, very quiet on the Upper East Side as well. You notice that there's almost no foot traffic here because it's not like Midtown. It's not a big tourist attraction. It's very residential. A lot of people live here. And the majority of the shops close rather early as well. I've never even heard of this brand. I'm not even sure if I like the style of these shoes, to be honest. I think a lot of the very, very upscale type fashion, I just don't think it's for me. I think you have to be a certain type of person to really pull it off. And I'm definitely not that type of person. Wow, look at this. This is a really beautiful window here. Broken says, what does it mean when the streets are empty? Not too much. Doesn't mean much. This is a really nice building here too. I'm noticing a lot of for lease signs here on the Upper East Side because I'd imagine the rents are insane, right? Because think about who you're competing against. All of these very, very ritzy and upscale brands. And it seems like every other storefront that we've passed is vacant, which I actually did not expect at all. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just on one block. I think it's just because the rents are so insane. I couldn't even imagine how much it would be here. Hey, Beacon, New York, good to see you. This is so empty and dark, everybody's out of town. Now, I sort of like to come up here every once in a while because it shows people that New York is a very different place than I think it appears on the TV, right? Oftentimes we're walking around Midtown Manhattan, Times Square neighborhood, and that's really not what New York is. That's only a very, very teeny tiny fraction of what it is. The majority in New York is kind of like this, quiet residential neighborhoods, especially on the Upper East Side where we are now and the Upper West Side. Not everything in New York is, 45th Street, 42nd Street, Times Square, and Midtown Manhattan, 34th Street, Herald Square. It's New York is a big, big place, and we are only on the island of Manhattan. Really nice views, 432 Park Avenue, and you could see One Vanderbilt in the distance as well. Hey, ATC, what's up? Good to see you, ATC. I think this is my favorite building on the entire block. Really beautiful, as you guys know. Love the fire escapes here. Yes, and it's very clean. Talk about an amazing contrast between Midtown Manhattan and the Upper East Side. Everything is squared away here. Hey, Bot is here. Says, hey, all, good to see you. Even the trash that is on the street looks like upscale trash. I'm not just saying that to be funny. Everything looks pretty squared away and neat. Hey, Western Mass Dave, says Tom, how is Ocho? He's doing really good. I appreciate you asking that. He is getting older, but he's doing really good. Thank you for asking. This is a beautiful display here. Wow, look at how unique it is here. Dolce & Gabbana. This is another very expensive retailer, I'd assume. Apologize if I'm stopping at every single place, but I haven't been up here in a while, and it's kind of cool to look at all these places. I haven't been here in a long, long time. East 69th Street. You can see even more retail space for lease here across the street. Andrea's Alpha, Dolce & Gabbana. Yeah, as you guys could probably pick up, I don't really shop at any of these places. I'm not a big high fashion type guy, I guess. So I think the main thing we need to look out for tomorrow, obviously, is the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller as they release their home price index. Obviously, on a year-over-year basis, the projections are that home values will increase about 8.6% year-over-year. Now, last month's reading was a plus 10.6%. So we are seeing deceleration. I think the Federal Reserve, as they're raising interest rates, they are getting the job done with slowing the crazy insanity that is the housing market. You're seeing prices roll over, and you're also seeing rents come down a little bit. As you guys know, I have my Zillow bot, and prices are coming down for rents, especially in Vegas. As I was doing my analysis, take a look at some of the single-family home rentals Okay, single family home rentals in Las Vegas, those are getting creamed, like hammered. I was seeing some 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom single family rentals in Vegas for under $2,000, if you could believe that. Here's some more beautiful homes here on the Upper East. Now, I think this is actually where my favorite museum is. The Henry Clay Frick Museum. Now, I got some good news and I got some bad news, and I'm going to share both of that with you right now. Now, the Henry Clay Frick Museum, the good news is that you could still go to the museum. You could still see all the beautiful exhibits, so to speak. That's the good news. The bad news is okay, I think we're back. Are we back? Let's see. Okay, the bad news is the main attraction that I think is the best about this museum is the actual home itself, which is what you're looking at now. It's absolutely gorgeous. It was actually Henry Clay Frick's personal home. And when he passed away, he turned it into a museum. And it's going to be closed for 10 years. So you could see the exhibit yourself if you go to an off-site location. But unfortunately, if you want to see the best part of the museum, which is actually touring the home, walking all the different rooms, not going to be able to do that for 10 years. So a little bit of a bummer. Sorry to break the bad news. Hey, Melissa 2087 says, hey Tom, just tuning in. Where is this? We are on the Upper East Side of Manhattan tonight. This is 5th Avenue and East 70th Street. Right at the entrance of the beautiful, my favorite museum in the entire New York City, which is the Henry Clay Frick Museum, which is going to be under construction for 10 years. Here's some more of the beautiful apartments here on the Upper East Side. You can see the amazing terraces overlooking Central Park. Absolutely beautiful. Here it is, the Frick Collection. The entrance is 1 East 70th Street. But I'm telling you guys, and I'm not joking about this, you have to come here at least once in your life. You've just got to do it. And I'll give you an additional tip, all right? You ready? Here it is. You got to come during the spring or the summer because that is when the courtyard is open. And that is what you're looking at right now. They have amazing flowers. It's so beautiful here. If you want to go on Google and look up some of the images yourself, please feel free to do that. But unfortunately, it's the actual building is going to be under renovation, which I guess is good and bad. I'm so glad I got to go before it was fully under renovation. But I can't believe, I mean, for some context here, think about the amazing amount of wealth that Henry Clay Frick accumulated during the Industrial Revolution. This was his personal home, okay? Just for some perspective here, this entire thing was his house. Kind of crazy. All right, onward we push, my friends, to the Met. Hey, Chan is here. Good to see you. I might as well take you guys on a lap around the Frick Collection. Hey, Teresa Diaz, thank you so much for the very kind donation. Wow. Yeah, that's right, guys. I forgot. I believe we just recently hit 26,000 subscribers on the channel, so I appreciate it. It's been an amazing blast. It's been a fun time. So thank you to everybody who's been joining us here on Walks on Wall Street. Appreciate it. Hey, Hawaii is here. Good to see you. Since I just Googled it, they have a beautiful fountain in the courtyard. Hey, Daniel says, hey, this is my first time chatting for a while. Welcome, Daniel. Welcome back. Always a pleasure to have you. So we walk the Upper East Side. Ryan Iglesias, thank you so much for your support. And I hope you had a good holiday season. I guess this is the toddler section of Ralph Lauren. The windows look really, really beautiful here though, don't they? It's an interesting dog coming up. Wow, look at this. Really nice display here. Dominic Romano says, any REIT stocks? I don't personally own any. But I don't know. I think maybe American Tower. And I'm not saying buy it or don't buy it, but I think as we talk about this major 5G rollout, I think American Tower should probably benefit from that. Wow, look at this. Beautiful classic white Christmas wreaths here. Amazing. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about when I said the architecture is amazing here. Hey, Line Sync. Happy birthday, my friend. Hope you had a fantastic day. And thank you for spending it with us here on Walks on Wall Street. Wow, look at the front entrance. Oh man, this looks really, really cool. It almost looks like a Great Gatsby New Year's Eve party, doesn't it? Would that be a good description? What do you guys think? Hey, Jonathan Richards. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you. Thank you for the kind words. As we are checking out the Ralph Lauren store here. Somebody says, are they real flowers? I think they are. They look real. Oh man, this is an even better view across the street. Jeez. Hey, Juan says, Merry Christmas, Tom from Colombia. Welcome to all of our Colombian viewers. Now, we're literally standing in the middle of the street, and there is not a single car. Now, this is very reminiscent of the COVID days. If anybody remembers our skateboarding live streams, this is exactly what it used to be. 0 cars on the road here. All right, team, let's continue to push on. Now, I think Thursday, so later in the day, oh, look at this. They have an entire motorcycle in the window. That's insane. Hey, Randy's his new subscriber. Merry Christmas. Randy, thank you so much for being here. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you too. Thank you for being here. Now, I want to quickly mention, and I know that it's Christmas Day observed, so we're really not going to get too deep into the financial talk here, but I do just want to point out, Thursday is going to be an important day. I think we're going to get the initial jobless claims on Thursday, so that would be the 29th. It's going to be the second to last trading day of the year. I can't believe it. There's only 4 trading days left in the year, and then it's 2023. Oh my gosh, where did the year go? But I think that's going to be a very important metric that the Federal Reserve and many of the Fed presidents are going to be paying attention to. So I just wanted to call that out because I think we need to be paying attention to that as well. Really like the block here. Tree-lined, tree-lit city blocks right here on Madison Avenue. I think the classic white Christmas lights are better than the multicolor, as you guys know. East 73rd Street. Love the beautiful brownstone style walkway. NMB 045 says, Tom, I think your audio is skipping. Oh, is it really? Maybe it's because of the cold. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's because I'm not speaking directly into the mic. Somebody says, which is better, the Upper West or the Upper East? Now, for me personally, if I were to raise a family, I would raise my kids on the Upper West Side, not the Upper East. Now, I think it just all has to do with personality. Now, I want to be careful about how I word this because I don't want to generalize. I hate generalizing people. But I think it's important for kids to grow up with people from all different backgrounds. A lot, not all, but a lot of kids who grow up on the Upper East Side tend to go to, these very expensive private schools, which is great, which is totally great, I think. But for me personally, I just think that, I think public school is fine. I think your kids need to be around all different types of people from all different types of socioeconomic status. I think it makes them more well-rounded, I guess. Now, this is where they actually have the Henry Clay Frick Museum. You can see it says the Frick Collection here. This is the off-site location. Once again, I would recommend going, but you're not going to get as a robust experience than if you went to the, the original one. But the Upper East Side is just known for like extreme wealth. Maybe one of these nights I will take you guys on a walk of the Upper West Side. It's more, it doesn't feel as, you have to put a suit on when you walk around the Upper East Side or the Upper West Side. That makes sense. It's a little bit more laid back. I just think I like it a little bit better. Wow, I think this is my favorite building so far we've seen. I love the classic white and the red awnings here. Amazing. Mike MTL. Yeah, and look, I really didn't want to say because I don't want to sound like I'm generalizing. But, there's a lot of just throughout my years of being in New York, working here, it just is a little bit too stiff, I think, maybe on the Upper East Side. Nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. But for my personality, personally, I just don't think I would fit in here. That's all. Let's check out some real estate. 510 East 86th Street, Unit 5E. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom for $965,000. That's actually a pretty good price. Now, many of you may be thinking that's crazy, but for 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, that's a pretty good price. Under $1 million for 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Wow. Wow. Now, that's another one of the updates for you guys. I think you are going to enjoy a lot of the content coming in 2023 on this channel. Obviously, as you know, oh, here's another storefront for rent. A lot of vacancies here. You know, oftentimes we will talk and discuss the broader financial markets, the equity markets, fixed income, but we do talk about real estate a lot. So that is going to be one of the things we will be incorporating into the live stream, both some real estate here in New York, also in Miami, as we're talking about multifamily. We'll be doing some live deal analysis. We'll run through, how to build statements to see if these properties are going to cash flow, and we'll do all that live. So I want to try to incorporate a lot of that diversity. We'll take a look at some of the more upscale places here in New York. We'll take a look at some of the more affordable places for people who are just looking to start out, maybe rent a place here in New York. And then we will cover the investment side, multifamily, duplex, triplex, and we will do some deal analysis. This is probably the most Upper East Side apartment we've seen. 10 East 64th Street. It's only $10,882. Oh, that's for the taxes per month. Oh, sorry, I thought that was renting. It's $26,500,000, and the monthly taxes are $11,000 a month. Looks like a smoking hot deal to me. Wow, look at this. Holy, this is beautiful. All right, what do we think about this, everybody? 0 out of 10. What do you guys got? I'm going 10 out of 10. This is absolutely gorgeous here. Hey, Dad's Gone Live. This popped up while I was setting up my stuff. I'm curious. These are pretty pricey. Good to see you. I love the lights on this tree. Sort of like the icicle lights. Really, really beautiful. Wow, Jim, $600 a month for rent. Amazing. Yeah, definitely cannot get those prices around now. Hey, Dad's Gone Live's first timer here. Good to see you, Dad's Gone Live. Welcome to Walks on Wall Street. We're happy to have you here. This is usually a financial-based live stream walking around the city, but usually on the weekends we sort of just walk around and hang out. So I'm happy you're here as we are crossing over East 77th Street on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Look at how gorgeous these trees look here. Okay, a couple more blocks. You know, the further we push north, it gets really, really dark here on the Upper East Side. Really dark. Hey, can we do a quick time check in the chat? Because I forgot we started the stream about an hour late. And I just want to make sure we're on time. Ooh, 11:19. I think we're gonna have to head downtown, my friends. I apologize, but we were just too late. We were too late with joining the stream. So we're gonna head downtown. We're not gonna be able to make it all the way up to the Met tonight, unfortunately. Look at 432 Park Avenue in the distance, as well as 1 Vanderbilt. All right, so we'll cross Madison Avenue, we'll bang a right, we will head downtown, back to the Moynihan Train Hall, where I have to jump on the Long Island Railroad. Hey, Joan K is here. Good to see you. What's up? Young Nation 92 says, how long will it take you to get back downtown? I'm not too sure, actually. I think we're about to find out. Now, it depends on... I think I'm going to put a little bit of more pep in my step here. Right now, it's East 78th Street. Now, I'm assuming everybody's back to work tomorrow, right? Or did anybody in the chat maybe take an extended long holiday? Because you got to understand, I mean, next weekend, guys, is New Year's Eve. We're going to be ringing in the new year this time next week. Kind of crazy to think about it. Hawaii is like I'm back to work. Ooh, Matthew M's is vacation week off. Oh my God, fantastic. Love that. Twitch ASMR is taking the rest of the year off. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Eric says, yes, I will be off Friday too. Love that. NYC 97 says Penn Station is all the way in the 30s. Aren't you going to miss the train? No, I refuse to miss the train. Karina Thompson, good to see you. It seems like a lot of people are taking off the rest of the year. Okay. The Garlics have already took off a couple weeks. Oh, look at this shop here. So as you're shopping, you could also sort of hang out here too. Really beautiful inside, the decor. Amazing. Line Sync says it's Major Tom, the train will wait. I appreciate that. We'll have to send this broadcast live to the LIRR conductors. Hey, Roy S., what's up? This is Tom, and he plans to go nearby Times Square on New Year's Eve. So I haven't really decided what I want to do yet. Now, obviously, last year was a really fun time on the live stream. I think we had a lot of fun. We were walking around the city on New Year's Eve. Now, we weren't right where the ball was dropping, if you guys remember, but I think it was kind of cool to get a behind-the-scenes look of how the rest of the city looks on New Year's Eve, right? I think if you watch, the mainstream media channels, you really only see just what's going on in Times Square, not what's going on 34th Street, near Bryant Park, all in and around that vicinity. So maybe we'll do that again. We'll see. Who knows? Hey, out and about. Welcome. So really quick, everybody. I know I've been hammering you guys about this all night, but I'm going to hammer you once more. So this is the temporary new home of the Frick Collection. Now, I just got to recommend it once again. So it's right through these doors. You guys will not be disappointed. And let me tell you something. If you are tired from looking at all the beautiful exhibits in the Henry Clay Frick Museum, not to worry. Just take the elevator down one floor or take the stairs and grab a cup of coffee at Joe Coffee and come outside and enjoy it on the patio. Now, did I not sell that? I think I sold that pretty good. You guys are like, wow, I really, really have to go check this out. You're not going to be disappointed, I promise. Phil Peace's Do You Go? Yeah, I've been many times. It's my favorite museum in the city. It's my favorite one. Now, I'll tell you really quickly, here's the interesting thing about another interesting thing about the Frick Collection. If you've been to the Morgan Library, oftentimes some of the exhibits will be on loan from the Morgan Library to the Frick Collection and vice versa. So that's an interesting thing to look out for as well. Austin City Limits. I don't think I'm talented enough to stream on the moped. This is the Madison Avenue Presbyterian Church. Hey, Dusty Cole, good to see you. A lot of interesting boutiques here on the Upper East Side. Ooh, Eric. Yeah, I would not rent a car. So Eric is saying, should I rent a car when I visit New York? Or should I take the train? Definitely take the train. A car is a nightmare in you-know-where. It's an absolute nightmare. Hey, MM is here, says, why is it so quiet? This is the Upper East Side of Manhattan. I think I kind of like showing you guys or doing these walks in these different places because I think it really gives a better perspective to the viewer of what New York is actually like, right? Not everything is Midtown Manhattan. Not everything is Times Square. This is the residential side of New York, also the Upper West Side as well. Hey, Carol Reevy, good to see you. Welcome. We may be streaming New Year's Eve. I'm going to give it about an 80% probability we will. About 80%. But here's what I'm really hoping for. Since we've been getting hammered with all of this crazy, crazy cold weather, hopefully it's about, 50 to 60 degrees. Hopefully, please God, on New Year's Eve. Because I definitely don't want to be back, walking around in 10 degrees on New Year's Eve. Not fun. MM says, walks from Wall Street, do you have a lot of friends? Do you spend a lot of time with them during the New Year's? To keep that question 100% honest, close friends I only have about, like that I hang out with regularly, probably 5 people. I have 5 really, really good, close friends. And I think you guys sort of know that definition, right? Like I would go to their house, hang out with their kids, all the time. It's things like that. I have a ton of acquaintances and business partners, but like really tight, close friends, probably only about 5 people. And I think that's really allowed me to not have a lot of mental clutter. Hang out with solid people, have a team of 5 to 10 people that are solid, that are ready to rock. And yeah, I mean, that's just my personal choice. Everybody else is very, very, very good acquaintances. Like, I love these people, but it's not like I hang out with them like it's do or die. But I would consider all of you guys my friends. I think we have a pretty awesome team here. Even though we've never met each other personally, I think you guys are my friends. Speaking of that, my friends, I got to put you down on the ground for a minute. It's so cold here that the battery is now exhausted. So we got to do something about that. All right, you're ready to rock. All right, East 67th Street. I'm just trying to make sure the battery pack is still on. Let me see. But I think, naturally, I think during my college days, this is some interesting art here. I noticed during my college days, I hung out with a lot more people. But you'll notice, and many of you are already older than me, so I don't even need to say this. You guys already know. As life evolves and as you go into corporate America, beautiful dog, as you go into corporate America, get a job, you have your own goals and aspirations, you tend to drift apart naturally from other people. Not because they're bad people. I mean, these are still great people, but it's not like we hang out every day. I may see them once every 3 years. Right? Because their goals and their jobs are different from mine. And I think as you get older, that's just a part of life. It's not like we're in high school where, you see your friends every day in a schoolhouse. People are doing their different things. People live in different cities. They move away, right? So as you get older and more, I should say, focused on what you want to do, maybe you have a family, I think naturally people drift apart and people, stay away. The Garlics is how about coworkers? Yeah, I have coworkers I still talk to since I first started in my career. Now, I wouldn't consider them like my super, super, super close friends, right? But totally, we'll hang out. We text every once in a while. These are fantastic people, but I'm talking about people I see every week, right? That I have a group chat with. I have a core of 5. About a core of 5. Wow, look at these. These are really nice. Really beautiful here. Michael Joseph says, how can anyone have more than 10 friends? No, I just think, yeah, I mean, maybe I'm explaining it wrong, but I think you guys sort of get what I'm saying. I think an acquaintance is much different than a friend. But acquaintances, you still hang out with them and you're cool and you consider them, you know, you'd help them out if they need help. Hey, Frank Gonzalez. What's up, Frank? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Oh, this is a really nice shot. Check out this olden style original home. And in the back, you have it contrasted with Central Park Tower as well as the Steinway building. That's an awesome, awesome shot. You know what I was just thinking about as well? Maybe it's also where you live, right? Because in New York, it's a very, very busy place. And some people here work 80 hours a week. You just don't have time to hang out with people in person almost. Everybody in New York, the culture here in New York is very different, I think, to other parts of the country. Like, everybody's always in a rush. Everybody tends to be extremely career driven, right? They're pursuing their separate interests, which I think is great. It's different than if you're living in a rural town. And I'm not saying either or is better or worse. I'm just saying that's what it is. It's just a little bit different. So, you know, I have people that I talk to, but I haven't seen them in a year. All right, we're almost back to Midtown. Gee, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, you meet a lot of good friends in the military, and then, you know, you're deployed in all different places. It's a good point. One of my best friends from college, you know, he's been in Italy, he's been to Africa, Agadez, Africa on deployments. He's been all over, so. I think this is one of these BMW, maybe i8s. Is that correct? BMW i8, maybe? Very unique. Now, notice, everybody, you can kind of tell that we're headed back into Midtown. Can you sort of tell? Things are getting a little bit brighter. The buildings are transitioning to these more modern style office buildings, skyscrapers. More cars, more vehicle traffic. Okay, I think we are going to make a right. And then we will head straight down 5th Avenue to 34th Street. Check this place out. Very unique. Hey Troy, Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you so much for liking the stream. Jessica B says you're out late. I know we started the stream late. I was busy in the office. I lost track of time. I do apologize for that. So we are streaming a little bit later than usual, later than normal. Troy McDonald, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us here on Walks on Wall Street. Okay, we're gonna make one more right. You guys are gonna see the beautiful, the one, the only Plaza Hotel. Coming up to the Apple Store as well. We'll make an additional left on 5th Avenue. And then we're going to be smooth sailing all the way down at 34th Street. Oh, look at this. Look, what are these? These are like snakes. Interesting. Those are weird. It smells like Chinese food. The garlic says, do you wear glasses? Yeah, I do wear glasses. I usually wear contacts, but for some reason I've been wearing glasses more so now. But I usually wear contact lenses. All right, we're back in gear. Good old 5th Avenue and West 58th Street. Twitch ASMR, thank you so much. Have a good night as well. I know, Mike, or black shoes only cost $300. All right, let's cross 5th. Make another left. Sorry if I'm not reading the chats. I just got to pick up the pace so we can get the train. Yeah, a little bit of Sinatra on this Monday night. Not bad, right? Harry Winston to the right. Guy's coughing up a lung. Yeah, Cynthia Beale. Tony Bennett's fantastic too. I really like Tony Bennett. Extremely, extremely amazing talent. Okay, Peninsula Hotel to our right. Absolutely gorgeous. And now you'll notice a lot of the foot traffic is coming back. Now that we are headed into the more, I would say, touristy areas. Once again, we're walking down Fifth Avenue, so you're going to see the St. Patrick's Cathedral. You know, for those of you who are just joining, the beginning of the live stream, I think you're going to like it. I think you'd find it interesting. We had a really nice view, a bird's eye level of the St. Patrick's Cathedral, of 30 Rock, Rockefeller Center, also the Bank of America Tower as well. I think you guys will like it. So if you want to just rewind it, maybe take a look at the view. We were starting off from a different WeWork. Provides a little bit of a different perspective. Troy McDonald. So I think the stock market will be green after Christmas weekend and today after Christmas. Maybe a little bit of a Santa Claus rally. We'll see. Now, historically, as we've been talking about, you know, Santa Claus rallies tend to happen during bull markets, obviously, and not during bear markets. But I think to Troy's point, you know, a lot of the individual names, right, as we talk about, oh my God, as we talk about, you know, some of the individual stocks in the market, especially, I would say, the top 10 stocks in the S&P. You talk about Apple, talk about Microsoft, Tesla, Alphabet. These stocks are very, very extended to the downside from their 50 and 200-day moving averages. So we could have a little bit of a neck snapper, short covering rally. We'll see. You know, stocks don't go straight down or straight up. Oftentimes they'll rally back to their respective moving averages. Here we have the Cartier store, which looks amazing with the steam pouring out of the pipe there. Love is kind. No, I don't drink alcohol. Well, they have Saks Fifth Avenue still lit up.
I get it.
Somebody says, Tom, do you speak Italian? I don't. I would like to, though. I've always said I think that's one of the biggest problems with, you know, our public education system in America is we don't require our students at a very, very young age to learn a second language. You know, yeah, I took Spanish in high school, but I mean, if we're being honest, it's a joke, man. Come on. I think we should adopt the structure of other countries and, right, even in very, very beginning of elementary school, force our children to learn a second language, whether that be Spanish, Mandarin, Korean, Italian. I think it'll allow us to be a lot more competitive. A lot more. Just think about if you're applying for a job and you could speak more than one language. That is a huge, huge advantage you have over the competition. Huge.
I'm just watching. She's trying to mess up.
A ton of people are still out. It's almost midnight on a Monday night. I'm assuming not a lot of people are going to be at work tomorrow. We'll see. But if you guys are enjoying the live stream so far tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video and hit the subscribe button if you're new. I do appreciate the support as the NYPD is blocking us in here, so we'll try to make a move. I guess we'll take another look at the holiday tree here, Christmas tree. I think they use the barriers to extend the sidewalk for all the tourists that want to check out the Christmas tree. I think we'll make this light. Let's see. No, we didn't make it. Hey, Stephen Bate, good to see you. Blues Rider, what's up? This is Thomas in Mario Kart mode. I am. We got to dip and dodge in between all the lovely people so we can get our train. But tomorrow, everybody, we are now officially back on schedule. Okay, the markets are open. The holidays, well, it's still technically Christmas, right? We got 12 days of Christmas. But the official day, right? Today was technically Christmas observed. Markets were closed, so we're going to be back on track with our topics starting tomorrow, which I'm excited about as we walk through the Diamond District here. Maybe we'll make a right to try to avoid the crowds. Actually, I think there's going to be more crowds like that. East 46th Street. Now, this is called Little Brazil Street, but I've never noticed it. Creators Talk says hi. Good to see you. Welcome.
We already had that conversation.
Mike C, what's up? Yeah, we're headed to the train. We were on the Upper East Side, a little bit far away. I know, Dan Zhang. We started about an hour early, so it's setting, or an hour late, so it's setting us off a little bit of an unbeaten path here. – 43rd Street, coming up on 42nd. Mike says, Tom, do you have the whole week off? I do not, unfortunately. I'll be working. I pretty much do work every day, but I'm good at spacing things out, managing my time, trying to be more efficient. That's one of the things I want to try to work on in 2023, maximizing the productivity out of your time. I think I could do a little bit of refining and tweaking there. All right, we're coming up 42nd Street, Stephen Schwartzman building. Now, there's been many rumors that Stephen Schwartzman may step down this year and retire from Blackstone. I don't know if that's true, but I'm not sure if anybody was reading Barron's this weekend. Barron's actually had an article, like a little bit of a questionnaire. I gotta show you guys the Chrysler building, hold on. Chrysler right here. Now, there was sort of like a survey, a year-end survey in Barron's that said, who do we think's gonna step down next year? Steven Schwartzman, Elon Musk. I think one of them was Mark Benioff, maybe Tim Cook, when one of the options was none of the above. I think if I had to guess, I think it would probably be Steven Schwartzman. But you never know, an oddball may come out and Elon Musk may step down. There's definitely been enough controversy. Hey Christina, this is Tom. What do you think about Vanguard versus JP Morgan? Well, I mean, it's just institutions to put your money in. I think they're both fine. You know, they're trusted institutions. Maybe I should ask in what regard. I think if you're talking about, you know, retail banking, then I would say JP Morgan. If you're talking about business banking, I would say JP Morgan Chase for sure. That's who I bank with for business banking. But if you're talking about, you know, brokerage and investment accounts, maybe I would go with Vanguard over JP Morgan. Hey, Troy, nice. This is the old Lord and Taylor building. This actually used to have some of the best windows in New York for the holidays. But unfortunately, they went out of business. As I like to call it, the Amazon effect put a lot of the big brick and mortars out of business. West 38th Street, we're almost there. I think we've been making good timing, actually. West 37th, 5th Avenue. You're going to see another really nice holiday light display. Now, could we get a quick look at futures? I'm actually kind of curious. I think when we first started streaming tonight, S&P futures were up about 80 points. Yeah, happy December 27th, everybody. We got to finish the year strong. We got to stick it out so we can continue the momentum into 2023. Hey, Perry. This is Hey Tom. What's up, Perry? Thanks for joining us on this very late live stream. Hey, Dallas F. This is 3,900 rejected. Dan Zhang says ES, S&P up 24, NASDAQ 100 up 87. Matthew M, appreciate that. Yeah, Matthew, I'm serious, man. I think that 2023 is going to be a real blowout year for people. It usually happens that way after like 1 or 2 years of heavy, intense adversity. If you could stick it out, you'll get rewarded. The market will reward you. And I'm not just talking about the stock market when I say the market. I'm talking in general, maybe at your work or anything like that. And we've definitely persevered through adversities. This is the Empire State Building. Ryan Iglesias is like, I love the late night streams. You should do more. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't. But yeah, I kind of like it too. Less people outside. It's kind of nice, kind of quiet. But yeah, we'll be back to regular schedule tomorrow. I just lost track of time tonight. I was in the office late. Hey Dan, says Tom, what are you doing New Year's Eve? I'm not too sure. There's about an 80% probability that we will be live streaming. But yeah, I say 80% will be live. I think it would be cool to ring in the new year with the team. Start 2023 off on the right foot with the team here. Hey, Starving Artist, what's up? Let me see if that was Starving Artist. It was. Starving Artist, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Always good to see you in the chat. You're almost to our final destination. But you know what I may do? Since we are well into Walk Small Street after hours, I may take you guys down into the depths of Penn Station so you can see the construction progress. Now, the internet may go out, but that's all right. We'll take our chances. But since we've been in Penn Station last, a lot of things have changed. Oh yeah, a lot of things have changed. They elevated additional parts of the ceiling. Here is 34th Street, Herald Square, the main Macy's here. Ooh, very slippery here. Sam, welcome. Sam Wangano, welcome. You can see some of the Macy's windows here. Now, hopefully it's 60 degrees on New Year's Eve. That would be spectacular. Oh, Troy says, any guesses who'll be playing in New Year's? I think somebody told me, one of my friends told me who is going to be playing. I forgot the name though. I forget. Wow, Alan. Alan says, Tom, it's 40 degrees in Tampa, Florida. Holy crap. That is so uncharacteristic. Now, I heard it was about 45 degrees in Miami. Now, on Christmas Day, here's something crazy. Did you guys know on Christmas Day, it was colder in Miami, Florida than it was in London, England? It was cold. It was colder in Miami than it was in London. Can you believe that? That's just insanity. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I got the iguanas frozen on my driveway. I think they're probably all thawed out now. All right, 7th Avenue, 34th Street. We made it. Pretty good timing, I might add. Pretty good timing, my friends. Hey, Shaw's here. Says, hey, Tom. Hello, hello. And if you look straight ahead, that is Times Square, 42nd Street. Nina says, keep going, Tom. We're having a fabulous time hanging out. I appreciate it. Now, we're going to end it inside Penn Station, but I think the internet may cut out, so we'll see. We'll see. ATC, good to see you. All right, we're going to head down into Penn Station, Long Island Railroad. If we cut out, I appreciate everybody joining tonight. I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas with your family and your friends. And thank you for joining us and subscribing to Walks on Wall Street. I appreciate and enjoy all of your company, and I look forward to speaking with you each night. But now let's head down into the underworld.
Please watch your step.
Photos from around New York, Eric. Sabrina Fair, Jay.
Hold onto the handrail while riding the escalator.
The Garlic, thank you so much. Chris B.
For the handrails.
Thank you, Chris.
Baby strollers, push carts, and pull carts or similar devices
Now notice how
on the escalator.
disgusting it looks right here. But, oh, yikes. But notice what a difference it is right here. Talk about a difference, team. So you go from extremely old and outdated with a leaky ceiling to all brand new and remodeled. But team, thank you so much for joining. We will see you all on the next one here, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We will end the live stream now because Penn Station can get a little bit dicey after hours. And we got to look alive. So I will see you guys in the next one. God bless. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the stream. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. And I will see all of you right back here tomorrow at 8:30. To the Mighty Bull, have a good night wherever you are, because there's always a bull market somewhere and you just need to know where to look. Bye for now.